Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Yes. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. Remarkably, look at that. Look at that. That's people joining us. That's people joining us with our fancy pants email
They're clicking on our
platform.
emails. I don't
Look
know
at
if they're
that.
joining
Look
us,
at
but
that.
some of them are.
Yeah. So welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. This is episode 46. It is Monday, April 10th. Just had Easter weekend, the Masters this past weekend. The sun was shining.
I got a little sick yesterday.
I'm excited.
I
What's
got a little
that?
sick. Ate too much, man. Sitting
I
on the couch.
did. Yeah, I did not. there was definitely some gluttony going on in our household as well.
Mm-hmm.
Too much sugar, too much junk. So it is what it is. That's part of the fun of holidays like that, I suppose. Mike, good morning. Good morning, sir. So we have a couple of different things that we're going to dig into today. I want to share last week, I forget what day it was, but we launched a retargeting test, a retargeting ad for me as a test. And the cost per landing page view seemed a little high to me anyway. And so I thought maybe we'd spend some time, if nothing else, brainstorming other variations. Hola, Paul. Good morning, George. Just brainstorming other variations of what we might do. And if we can get one live real quick, which we probably can, because all we have to do is copy. Now that we have one, we can just duplicate it. Excuse me. And get something live here as another test that we can then share the results of later this week. And we don't know if this is a winner or not, because we don't have anything to compare it to. We don't have any context, right? So trying some different things where the end objective is similar is the only real way to know, if something was good or bad, right? Without context, it's hard to make a judgment, good, bad, or otherwise. So we'll play around with that today. We'll talk a little bit mortgage stuff. And actually that's a perfect segue into Ryan.
Yeah.
The question of the day that you had is what?
Well, I'm just curious. Do you have a mortgage widget or calculator on your website? So a widget that shows rates or a calculator on your website. And if you want to, for bonus points, just drop a link to a page that has it on it. We'll check it out. We've been thinking a lot about this. I have, Josh. I'll show the screen here as we kind of transition into maybe the social post of the day too. We've added a mortgage rates widget at the top right of the Wake Up site for those of you using the site. So it's up here at the top right. And part of the reason I did this, Delia, the local broker, forwarded me an email, and she had gotten an email from a mortgage person who sends her a rates update every week. And she's like, hey, this would be useful, to see. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a basic thing. And we just want to leave this here on the site so you guys are always kind of kept abreast of where things are at. They don't move a lot from day to day, Josh, but it's good to be able to talk intelligently with your customers, your clients, right?
Yeah, I mean, two things that I think you should stay on top of in your market. Well, one is, this is one that isn't market specific, but knowing this information and knowing, generally speaking, what's going on in your market, as far as whether you want to, months of inventory, or just having some basic knowledge of what's going on in your market, along with what's going on with mortgage rates, I think is critically important when you have conversations at the grocery store, at school events, at sporting events, and so forth, right? You want to sound and be intelligent in your response.
Yeah, and if you guys want to grab this particular widget for your own site, there's a tiny little gray link under it. You can't really see it on our stream here, but if you hover your mouse under where it says View Trend, it pops up, by the way. It's pretty cool. I got this for free on a website. It was very easy to embed. And in the coming days, I'm going to be creating kind of a more proprietary mortgage calculator using our tools that you guys can embed on your site as well. So stay tuned for that. Let us know. Do you find this useful to have the rates front and center? You'll notice some of you guys who got the email this morning that I put the rates right in the subject line.
Yeah.
I just put it in there. Just let us know if you like that sort of thing and if we should keep doing it. And Josh, let's just transition because it's more or less the same thing. My social post of the day was a darn screenshot of the widget.
There you go.
So if you need content, maybe once a week, this is an idea that you guys can do. Just screenshot that widget. And you see my call to action here. Just a quick look at current mortgage rates. If you want to know what this might mean on a purchase or refinance for your specific situation, just shoot me a PM.
Perfect. I love it. So a couple of lessons in this, I think, that are or just things I want to emphasize, some big picture ideas and so forth. Number one, Ryan's email, if you haven't seen it yet, it has very specific numbers in there, which makes for great email subject lines or great even blog post content. When you have specific numbers like that in titles, headlines, subject lines, it creates curiosity and will get more engagement, whether it be open or other types of engagement, whether it's open, response, etc. So use that whenever you can, as possible. The second thing I want to highlight is, if you haven't noticed, Ryan has been using his red pen a lot, and that illustrates something that we've talked about a lot here: is find something that works and just do more of that thing. And so Ryan, last week, I forget what episode, he had noticed that a post, one of his social posts of the day on the Forever Florida Real Estate Facebook page, I've learned to say it slow so I don't mess it up. That one of the posts that had properties circled in red got a lot of engagement, right? So he's just been doing more of that. He's been using that. And I think you were highlighting what you're using to do that, Ryan.
Yeah. And it's not even really conscious, Josh, but I just do it a lot in the normal course of things, but it's a little bit conscious because I just use Lightshot Screenshot. There's 1,000 different screenshot tools. I really like this one because I can just hit print screen and it brings up this gray area and I can draw it. And then if I click the little pen right here, I can just start drawing stuff. So it just feels easy. And then I can right click, copy, and then paste it right into a Facebook post. So there's not a lot of.
You could even do that. Because I normally use it, but I'll save it. And then I didn't know you can just post it right into. That's beautiful, actually.
That's what's nice, because you can you don't have to download it and then re-upload it. So you can post a screenshot. Yeah. So Lightshot's pretty easy to use. It's free. They have it for Windows and Mac, and I've probably used it for a decade now. It's really cool.
Yeah. In fact, I have it on my computer because I heard you talking about it. Yeah. Or I don't know, maybe not a decade ago, but a while ago. I haven't been using it though. I need to use it more for sure.
You know what I just learned after a decade, for anybody who uses this? Sorry, Josh. I didn't know that you could change the thickness of the pen.
Oh, I like that.
You can, but now I can't remember how. I was doing it the other day and I scrolled up on my mouse wheel and it got bigger. So whatever. You can play with the drawing, basically.
Charla, it's called Lightshot Screenshot. Lightshot. And if you can if you just Google it, you'll find it and put it on your Mac or your Windows device.
Yeah, because it's like a weird domain. It's like app.printscreener.com or something, but you just have to Google Lightshot Screenshot. It'll pop up. And I don't use a Mac anymore, Larry. I did for years. I still have, just to endorse Macs. I know I bashed them. I've had this bad boy since 2009, and it's like my media machine still. Yeah. You're glitching out.
Ones from back in the Reticulous days. We both have them.
Yep. Oh, you have one still? You have the same one? Yep.
I may have.
All right, we're freezing a little.
Yeah, that's because I moved my computer and it's already not stable for some reason.
Because it's a Mac.
Kids are home again.
Yeah.
They're sucking up my bandwidth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So one other mortgage related topic, and then I want to pivot to we're going to brainstorm and create a new retargeting ad. So Ryan, if you want to, I was hoping you had created that original one. If you want to pull that up and we can duplicate and kind of go from there. But I totally forgot. Well, let me tell the full backstory. So last week, Ryan and I both talked with a new realtor partner that we are working with on the mortgage front. She's in Ohio. It's her and her husband. I didn't get her permission to share all of this, so I'm not going to share name and so forth. But we had several great conversations with her, and we're talking about mortgage programs and creating more conversations and opportunities from the mortgage perspective. And then she got with Ryan on some of the technical things that she was or is looking to do related to her CRM and website, et cetera. And in my conversation with her on the mortgage front, she had mentioned a client that she has, I think it's a past client, who's got X amount of equity and is thinking about getting started with investment properties. And I think it was that, and just, I don't know, thinking, like, because my brain's always working. I remembered a tool that we have access to on our mortgage team where we can put in an address of a property and it will spit out all kinds of incredible data from the investment perspective, the projected cash flow,
Cap rate,
cash on cash return for 1 year and 10-year cumulative. It's beautiful, very detailed information and data, particularly important if you've got an investor or potential investor who's very analytical, which many of them are. It can really provide some very detailed context and give them a bigger picture of get them excited about the long-term aspects of owning rental property. And so I actually voice memoed her this morning, letting her know, like, I remembered about this tool. I said, hey, for the client that you mentioned, probably like one of the coolest things we could do is you find me a property that, because she had mentioned some like the type of property that would make sense for him. You find me one that's active for sale. I'll run this report and you can send it to this fella as a way of getting him even more excited about this process. And
is it only available to ML mortgage lenders, or is it
it is, and it's not available to. It's an extra service that we pay for.
Well, tomorrow's
I'm excited to share it with you because I know I know your gears are turning already, and I haven't even shown it to you yet.
Well, I use a free tool to screencast. You've probably seen me do this before. I do a quick little rental analysis, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe that's a Thursday thing, Josh.
Yeah, I think so. That would be perfect, actually.
We could talk more about that and maybe show an example from your tool. But that's my favorite thing to do. I mean, in terms of if you really want to attract the right buyer, like somebody who's serious, put it out there in the ether, some in-depth analysis of a specific property, and watch what happens.
So you're saying you mentioned screen sharing, but you have a tool that you screen share around property analysis.
I'm sorry.
Don't share it now. We got to get better at these teases. We got to get people on the hook.
I screen record myself using the tool about a specific property. So I say, hey,
and you got to tune in on Thursday. We'll share on Thursday.
And make sure you're subscribed. And we didn't smash the bell yet with our live.
Oh my goodness. I totally agree. That's how out of practice I am. I have one day off on Friday and I forget all the good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell. Yeah. Geez, it's only 13 minutes in.
And you missed Oleg too.
I know. Listen, it got more activity and engagement than anything I do. So maybe I need to go away more frequently because people were excited about Oleg on Friday. That's for sure.
Let's get to it, Josh.
Yeah. Okay. So if you just hopped on, the main bit of content for today that we wanted to kind of dig into is last week, and I forget what day it was. But you can go back and find it. It was, I don't know, it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah. We launched a new retargeting ad. I think it must have been Wednesday or Thursday because it was taking the principle, take what works and find more ways to use that thing, right? So I had emailed and texted out a very direct call to action of, hey, if you're still thinking about buying a home, your first and most important step is to schedule a time. Is to get started with the mortgage pre-approval process. And so we turned that into an ad. And this is what it looks like. Now, we've gotten some feedback from the market. We've spent $25. So it's, minimal, but it's only gotten 4 landing page views. It's only 4 people have gotten to the page and it's actually loaded up. So I thought
you thought that was bad, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I have spent a lot of time, maybe more than you, I don't know, driving mortgage specific Facebook and Google. And to get somebody to engage over the mortgage side, it's kind of a boring side unless somebody's really urgent and ready to go. For $6, I don't feel too bad. Um, and it's early. I don't feel bad because if somebody takes action and we get that to convert at 25% per se, or even if it's 10%, it costs us $60 to get a sort of mid long form submit.
Right.
On the mortgage side, $60 isn't too bad.
So I love that we're having this conversation because context and perspective matters so much when you are investing your time, energy, and money into growing your database, into creating new client opportunities. And so our context was just very different as it relates to this. Now, we don't have tracking set up, but I think this at least played a role in a lead that had come in. Someone had filled this out. Now, this was already an engaged person. It's already somebody that I've been in conversation with for quite a while, honestly. But it creates another trigger point and gives us just another reason to follow up, and it's moving that person closer to the finish line. Okay. Regardless of that context and perspective, I want to try something. I want to try a different angle, let's say. And Ryan and I have been playing around with creating some cool hooks and content. And I thought maybe, Ryan, we would do something, either I think we had done 5 out of the box options for first time buyers. And then we also have like 5 creative financing options for investment properties or real estate investors. And I thought maybe we'd run around that, but I see were you tweaking the language? What were you doing?
No, I was tweaking the URL on that original ad because you just reminded me that we didn't have specific tracking for this ad. I added some UTMs, little more advanced, but I added some UTMs so that in our analytics software we can set a goal. If they come in from that UTM and then they land on the thank you page, then we'll know it came from the ad. I have even if none of those 4 click though, I'm excited that people are clicking. I mean, in the first week of a retargeting campaign, that's probably all you're looking for is like, are we getting some clicks? And I think we're doing the right thing today by just split testing those results with a different angle.
With something else, right? And there are lots of different ways that we could split test, right? We could split test just the creative, the ad image part, right? But I thought, I don't know, I guess in part because I know we have some other cool special, like this is a very direct thing. Like, hey, you need to get pre-approved. I thought maybe if we could layer in some curiosity with some of the other options that, the 5 out of the box, the 5 creative, I thought that may get us a lower cost per landing page view and maybe get more activity. Who knows?
But let's do it. So I'm just clicking on the duplicate from our original ad in Facebook, as you just saw me do. And I'm just going to duplicate into the same campaign and the same ad set.
Yep.
So we'll do that. And it's going to spit out the same ad, but we're going to have different messaging. We're more or less going to go to the same link, Josh. So I'm going to, as you just saw me do, I'm going to change my UTMs here we're going to call this one 5 creative. This is just like an internal note. Okay, and now what we can do is work back up here and let's trash our initial media, right?
Yep.
And let's just build fresh on our content. And why don't you drive, well, first I'll show everybody the landing page.
Okay.
So let's get that ready. Now that I think about it, I need to change the URL to the new landing page.
Right. Okay.
So it's our we're going to go for this one, right? Our self-employed page.
I think so.
And we'll do question mark area equals central plus PA. These are dynamic, as you can see it's in the on the Wake Up site. If you go to the squeeze page section here.
Yep.
Sorry, the swipables and lead gen surveys pages, you can kind of add little parameters. So we're going to take people here.
If you're new here, wakeup.real estate. Wakeup.real estate, you can create a free account, and then you can get right in the free account. There are a whole bunch of cool things that we've made available at no cost to you, including this page that Ryan built that you can all use and get notified. Get notified when someone fills out this form.
Yep. So Now, Josh, what do you think we should do on the creative? Should I take a picture of this guy saying you got to be creative from the video? Or should,
Sure. I mean,
here, let's see what we
we
can
don't
find
want
out
to.
there.
We don't want to get it denied because it's mimicking. You know, don't they get wound up if it's they don't want you to clickbait them, right? So we can't, it can't look like a video that they have to click to go over. But we could just do yeah, we could just do that guy. Why not?
Should I make it a video or just the static image?
Let's just try the static image.
All right. So I'm going to screenshot using our favorite tool. All right. Hopefully this, I always worry with the size of the image that it's going to cut the text off. If the text is toward the bottom.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a little in the weeds here, Josh. Everybody can see kind of behind the scenes what we do for this sort of thing.
By the way, John says, love the landing pages. Have a couple I'm speaking with now that are wanting to get started. That's beautiful.
Oh, cool.
And John,
which page?
We'd love to see if we can help them. Yeah, which page or pages are you using, John? And in what way, out of curiosity? Maybe you just mimicked.
All right, I'm going a little nuts with my tool today, but let's just go with the arrows, right?
Yep.
This one I am going to save my hard drive instead of trying to paste right into Ads Manager, even though it probably would work. Actually, I have to upload it. So add image, upload. And Josh, best practice here would be for us to spend a little more time, maybe after we're done today, adding a couple of different images, right?
Right.
Yeah. And even better, Josh, would be a video of you. Maybe you can get me that after the show. Just saying, hey, it's me. Because remember, this is retargeting. They're on your website. They're seeing your name everywhere they go. Yeah. You should offer this page. Maybe even have your face on camera and then go switch to a screen view and show the
so I will 100% do that.
Hey, bud.
And we'll get that and we'll share what that looks like tomorrow or at some point this week. Once I do that, it'll just be a very short, punchy video. I mean, well under a minute. I'll probably shoot for 15 to 30 seconds tops.
Yeah, and you can use that as a short and a YouTube ad as well. Maybe we'll do that.
Yep.
So when you record it, make it so it can be used multiple ways, not just on Facebook. Creative mortgage ideas for investors and business owners. You think this headline is going to be too long? Yeah. I'm going to put a number.
Yeah,
put a number in there, Josh.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's use our, what's this tool called? Joy Pixels. Here we go.
Yeah. Joy Pixels. Yeah.
Put our little hand pointing in here.
Yep.
All right.
There you go. Like
so,
that.
And then my brain's starting to get fried.
Yeah. I always like questions, you know.
So write this for me so I don't have to think.
So just, I don't know, just straightforward. Central PA real estate investor or self-employed business owner? Question mark.
Okay. So start with the question.
Check out. What's that?
Okay. No, go ahead. No.
Yeah. Check out these 5 creative financing options to purchase your first or next property.
Your first or next. Can I go per opportunity?
Sure.
I get corny. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. This looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to publish this. And then, Josh, tomorrow, whenever you get that video, we'll probably just run that against this.
Yep.
I'm a little fuzzy. I think you know more than me about the effects of putting multiple creatives within the same ad set. Like, do I need another ad set?
To really, what can happen is if we're getting in the weeds, but like the way their algorithm works, if one of them gets any significantly greater activity, it'll really favor that one. And then you don't really get a true sense of which one is actually the winning creative.
Gotcha.
right? So we may have to play around with that. What do we have that set to daily?
$5. We should probably go to 10 just so we.
I don't know. I actually think lower
Okay.
because this audience isn't huge.
Yeah.
So when you're,
oh, you think
this
Facebook's
is
trying to
another
spend
great
it?
hack. When you've got small audiences,
Yeah.
if you go too big, you're giving Facebook more
Permission.
wiggle room to just waste your money.
Yeah.
But if you force it down to a small number, at least if you listen to the Facebook experts, Facebook will then work harder to make that budget work better, right? And I don't know, there's got to be a formula there. I don't know what it is, but I do know that this is not like a massive audience, right? Like if I was running this for my entire market with a reach of 200 to 400,000 people, 5, 10, I may even, and we might want to, what we may do is test these and then take the winner and do it broad audience throughout the market, right? But for this, I think $1 or $2 a day and just squeeze Facebook to really get the most from that little bit of budget.
Well, I want to leave it at 5 right now just to compare to the first one.
Yep.
But yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And I share that as encouragement to all of you too. Like you don't have to have massive budgets when it comes to retargeting.
Well, you got 1,000. So you got 1,000 impressions.
Okay. I mean,
so 1,000 people in your database, not 1,000 different people. 291.
291 though. That's pretty great.
Yeah, look, Josh, they showed it to each one 4 times already in 4 days. So
Yeah.
that's to your point about the budget.
Right.
Facebook's trying to spend that $5, and that's why they're $6.20 a landing page view. If we had gone for $2 or $3, I bet they would have come in cheaper.
And we're getting really into the nitty gritty here,
Yeah.
which is the kind of stuff we can help you do.
Yeah.
If you'd like to. And you can go to our co-marketing page on the Wake Up site and see some more information about that. And Ryan is building out a sort of a course and program around this. But just understand that there are things that you can do. Like, for example, we could set a frequency cap and tell Facebook, you're not allowed to show this more than 3 times in a week or 1 time a day to this audience. So there's things that you can do proactively with that.
But at the end of the day, the stuff we're getting in the weeds about, that's the 20% of stuff that doesn't get you any. I don't know how to say it. It's not the 80-20.
It's the 80% that only gives you 20% of the results.
Yeah.
Whereas the launching an ad like this is the 20 that gets you the 80.
Yeah. It's
the small thing it's the small rock that the small hinge that swings the big door. The small
It's
hinge.
interesting. In our industry, we've got all types of people. Like you're either a solo agent and you might have a $10 or $20, $30 a day ad budget, which is great. And then we've got big brokerages who are spending $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a day on marketing. If you're getting to the level of spending $1,000 a day on your marketing, then maybe this frequency cap and all this stuff starts to matter at scale. But and if you are doing that, feel free to reach out because that's more fun for me to play with.
Well,
so.
I have a call that I have to jump on before my Monday Marketing Mastermind. It's actually someone that's interested in our co-marketing and what we're doing on that front. Ryan, what happened?
You're leaving me. I'm sad.
Oh, but we do need to wrap up here and tie up a few loose ends. Number one, we will talk about the tool that I mentioned, the tool that Ryan mentioned for, I would say it's a great way to push investors off the fence or attract more possible investors to you. In the meantime, though, so Paul, if any of you have a scenario, you have an investor and you want to put something together for them, if you just email me privately or even text me, I'll put one of these reports together for you to use. We just have to get better at these teases and keep you guys coming back for more, right? Number two, bring up John's because this is a good share. So John had shared that he's loving the landing pages, have a couple that he's speaking with now. And we asked how, and he said the start the mortgage process form, which is the retargeting ad that we had been running. And he has a new build in a low price point that he's been running Facebook Marketplace. And then he sends them the link via Facebook Messenger when they get to the point where that makes sense logically as the sort of next.
He's using it to pre-qualify, basically, not pre-approve,
Exactly.
pre-qualify. Yeah,
exactly. So that's really good stuff. Tomorrow's Texting Tuesday.
Yep.
Wednesday, we'll probably come back and revisit what happened, what's going on with these retargeting ads. Thursday is Tech Tip Thursday. I'll share the tool that I was mentioning, and Ryan will share the tool that he likes using on the investor front. I'm going to keep beating this drum here. If you have prospects, leads, clients who have been turned down for a mortgage, or even had been pre-qualified but got discouraged or whatever, and you'd like us to take a second look or get a second opinion for them or run scenarios for them, we would love to do that. There are ways on the site that you can connect and get that going, or you can just email, call, or text me. I'm happy to chat anytime on any of that stuff. Ryan, what were you
just a teaser, the Renos documentation, the real estate niche operating system stuff we've been talking about. Probably in the next week or so, you can see progress is being made here on the documentation. And I've made this little niche tracker, like you can kind of build out the different components and check them off within the site. So stay tuned for that, guys. And we're going to send out a survey probably tomorrow morning, I'm thinking, Josh, because we already emailed today. I don't want to inundate people. But tomorrow morning, we're going to kind of send out a survey, watch out for it, and ask you what niche you'd like to see us build out as the base Renos that we use for the training. Now, you can build any type of niche, but we're going to need an example. And we figured we'd let you guys tell us. So watch out for that email.
We'll let our community tell us which one. Last bit of housekeeping at the top of the hour, if you're watching this live, is my Monday Marketing Mastermind. It's 11 a.m. Eastern. You can go to growwithjosh.com/huddle. The topic is resurrecting your old dead leads and turning your trash, quote unquote, into cash. And I've been putting together a detailed outline on this, and it's a topic I'm really excited to do a deep dive on, because I talk about it a lot. We do a lot of stuff around this, but making it like a playbook, a kit, a manual that you can come back to at any time and just create some opportunities out of thin air. And so
it's like Frank Kern's 4-day cash machine, right?
Exactly.
To our industry.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Beautiful. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please subscribe, rate, and review. Tomorrow's Texting Tuesday. Be sure to be here. Same time, same place. Wake Up Real Estate YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.